crossing the void, beyond the wall of worlds, and along the arc of time, dwell those not of our place or age. It is too easy to say that there is dark and there is light. It is too easy to say that there are two sides to every coin. The reality is far worse, for law flirts with tyranny. Chaos invites freedom. Evil consumes all it knows. Good accepts suffering. And those in the middle, they are worse, for they know nothing but self. The Codex Infernum and the Codex Exaltum, two source books that bring in-depth knowledge about beings of all dispositions, from the farthest reaches of the heavens to the darkest depths of wretchedness. Both of these titles come with new, full-color art, new creatures, new powers like possession, and a multitude of information providing lore, backgrounds, names, mechanics, stats, and much more. These incredible tomes are filled with demons and angels, devils and celestials, unleashing the powers of good and evil, law and chaos on your table. The Codices Infernum and Exaltum, bringing creatures hallowed and profane into your adventures. Pledge and share today. Trollord Games. Join the fray.
Hello everyone, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to QuestJunkiesUK. Welcome back to the jungles of Chult, the majestic sweeping jungles of Chult, and the majestic sweeping vista of players that we have here. A full party. Hello everybody. Lovely to have you all. Hey, Timmy, welcome in. And thank you for everyone who's joining us already. I see a Churk. Do it properly. And JR McClover, I saw Hans was lurking about there as well. JR, it was nice to see that picture of you and Phantom at Mike Disney's get together. Hey Daisy, welcome in, welcome in. It is a Candlekeep Mysteries week. Okay, thank you for joining us everybody as we get back here into the jungle and back to the city of Orunga. But before we do, let me quickly shout out our fabulous sponsor, CZRPG. Everybody. But they can hear me now. The fun is they still can't hear you, so they're just listening to me. There you go. Now you can do your fake laugh.
Oh, that's a real one.
Was that worth waiting for everyone? Okay. Right. Let's try that again. It was okay on the first screen. So when we were on that first, it was just when I switched over to this giveaway screen for some reason. Why does it have different audio inputs for this part, this scene, but not the other one? Anyway, sorry folks. As I was saying, do jump into the giveaway from our wonderful friends over at CZRPG and have your chance to win this fantastic book, Encounters in the Forgotten Realms. Amazing encounters, beautiful maps and everything for all of the various official WotC adventures. But even if you're not playing them, they're great to drop into any of your games wherever you fancy. And with a foreword written by none other than Elminster himself, the creator of the Forgotten Realms. Ed Greenwood. You cannot go wrong. And please check out all of the awesome stuff from CGRPG. Their weekly newsletter has a bunch of freebies in it all the time, and they have a wonderful Patreon as well. If you want to get in on that and get awesome things for your games all the time. Hey, Sofa-Bed, thank you for the follow. And the other logo down there is from the fabulous Phoenix Dice. Do check out Michelle's amazing Click Clap Math Rocks. And if you'd like a discount on said CZRPG and Phoenix Dice goodies, you should check out these coupon codes and use them for all the good stuff there. Hey, Barry, welcome in. All right. So, jumping back to these fine folks.
Hello again.
Hello again. Well,
Hi. 久しぶりだよなんて.
yeah. Yeah, welcome back, welcome back. There we go. Let me just double check the Roll20 window has sound as well. Actually, I'll do it when we go there. Right, anyway. We have sound here, which is what threw me off before. Sorry about that, folks. Those nasty little tick goblins.
We hates them.
We hates them. Okay, now, as I was saying, here in the jungles of Cholt, our adventurers left the Eldani Basin, travelling back to the lofty heights of Umbala, where they met with Nani Pupu and got their various potions, which they now everyone has. You have your access to those potions now, whichever one it was that you requested. Now you're muted, Scarlet.
No, that was me going potions.
Do you remember?
No, because that was another session I had to miss.
Then hang on.
It's okay.
We need to.
We can find it.
So you get presents today, so it's okay. Right.
Ooh.
Oh, Lucy's just coming in with inspiration for Hugh. Thanks for spending those dream pies, those tasty, tasty
Thank
dream pies.
you.
Coming in hot there, advantage for Hugh. You can use that crystal. Remember, everyone.
Point of order. I just
Yes,
realized that you've been using Dream Prize for like the 3 years that I've been following you, and I just remembered what Dream Prize are. Dream Pies are made of kids, John.
What was the first campaign you saw us play? And was the first campaign we ever streamed?
True. You killed a player, you won my heart. True. Okay.
Everyone,
Kill the character.
The dwindling population in Japan is not related to our use of dream pies in any way whatsoever. Now,
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
indeed,
The green emerald jungle. Yes.
indeed. Yes, the curtain of foliage. Okay, so after leaving Umbala, they trekked through the jungles to the west, heading towards the mysterious ziggurats that Embra had seen in visions and they had spied from the top of the lofty plateau. On their way, they had a brief tussle with a giant constrictor snake. Welcome in, Sofa-Bed, good to see you. And then they managed to arrive intact at the base of the ziggurat and clambering up using... Oh, McLovin, you absolute legend. Thank you so much. Bless you.
Thank you, beautiful, and bless you.
Waku has an allergy for gifted subs, apparently.
Yeah,
Everyone,
I don't
make
know
him
what's
suffer.
going on,
Make him
guys.
suffer.
Get these subs out of here.
Thank you so much, McLovin, you absolute legend. As always, absolutely fabulous. That looks like a spin each on our little wheel of shenanigans here. And Charlie has a self-inflicted one for himself as well. We will jump in on that in just a moment. Now, there were various things that needed to be completed. And luckily, there were some helpful little chewingas, little Ghibli-esque creatures from the jungle here. This was the first place they've appeared in Icewind Dale as well. They've appeared up in Wild Space as well.
Yeah.
But this is where they first appeared in Cholt. And our little
I love them.
dinosaur and chameleon masked chewinga friends gave hints for Waku, Waymak, and Hugh, as they were concerned how Embra had spontaneously combusted and the fire and smoke had swirled away up to the shrine atop the ziggurat. They clambered up using the hints that the chewingas gave, but one set of steps was a step too far for Waku and Waymak, as the last challenge was to embrace the guardians of the shrine and allow one of the venomous snakes to join with you, crawling down your throat and allowing you to slither up the final set of steps to the thing. A challenge which Hugh embraced gladly and willingly. Yes, right, Barry. Yes, unicorn bunnies. That's right. Most of this lot saw that in the Witchlight Carnival. And that's all they're getting. No more unicorn bunnies for you.
Didn't the unicorn bunny try to kill us in the last thing? Somebody summoned a familiar and there was a unicorn bunny.
That too.
Was that in Witchlight? I'm pretty sure I remember that.
Those two. Also, can I say rude of Wizards of the Coast to release all of these cool Witchlight appropriate monsters in their latest monster compendium after we finished it, but in time for Waymak to have a bash at them. It's a new Magic the Gathering fairy tale Magic the Gathering setting has been the Eldrine. Is it Eldrine? Eldrine, something like that. Lots of cool fairy story.
Yeah, I'm not sure how
giant,
to pronounce that.
Right, giant monster gingerbread things. Eldraine, thank you, Barry. Yes, yes. There's a few ideas in there for Christmas one shots and the like. some fun things there. Although Cobalt Press also has a lot of very good winter themed monster Christmas trees and giant scary snowman things.
If you like food, Dragon Stew by Antonio D'Amico and Pointy Hat is really good for
Nice.
food themed monsters.
Cool. Speaking of food themed things, DM Johnny.
Oh yeah, hey, things coming. Yes, hopefully the release date is still supposed to be crikey next week, first week of October. Gastromancer's Guide to Gastromancy, or the Gourmand's Guide to Gastromancy, which is a food-themed campaign book with adventures, spells, items, races, subclasses by the the amazing Dan Kahn, aka Frictionless Dan, with input from a myriad of professional content creators who I can now say I am one of, and also Warrior as well. So
Nice.
very, very excited. Yeah, it's going to be very, very cool.
Nice,
Very, very cool.
Nice. Okay, so returning to our pyramid here. As I said, Hugh was happy to imbibe said snake and slither his way up to the top tier of this pyramid, and entering into the dark depths of said shrine, saw Embra standing with a human-looking, armored and armed fellow that Embra had seen in a vision before, and before them, coiled atop a large scattering of cushions, the scent of incense heavy in the air, was the huge winged form of Sahar Mbaza, the Coatl celestial patron of Embra's warlock here. Now, that is where we left things last time, and where we are jumping in today to Tomb of Annihilation.
Do.
welcome back, everybody. Now, as we return here, there were some lovely gifted subs there. Thank you to McClover and Charlie. So let us see what lies in store for our lucky players. And me, I guess, as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Lucky.
Charlie, starting with you. First, let's go with the self-inflicted. Spin,
All
spin,
right.
spin. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Charlie and Josh already have a Wild Magic Surge in the bank. Shrink a size, pretty cat. Down you go.
Oh my god.
Little Keaton. Little bastard Keaton.
How many times have you been big or small? I feel like
Too many to count, Emma.
Right, there's only
This
one of
is very
each on the
annoying.
wheel. Hugh coming in with a Disney princess.
how appropriate for the snake.
I think, yes, you imbibed the snake and it's giving you parcel tongue, apparently.
You know,
what
I
is-
set that bar high. Are you prepared to sing for the rest of the stream?
I am not.
Damn.
Oopsal wisdom for Waku. The wisdom to not swallow.
I'm a
This is-
wise one.
No worries,
Nice.
Phantom. Welcome in.
A
Welcome in.
wise little Waku.
And Embra.
Ready?
Hey, Phantom, it's lovely to see that picture of you, you and Wild Magic Surge. Love it. Virtual
Yay.
Greyhawk Con, Waymack. Oh no,
Oh,
no, I
oh,
feel
oh,
guilty.
oh,
I
oh.
I haven't done a session 0 for my game. Frickin' DM Dave, being all organised and shit. My good self here. Rishi, thank you for that inspiration for Embra. I'll catch that in a second. Thank you kindly. And
The Rishi
a
coming.
strong little terrafolk here, Embra. Whoops, all strength. Yes,
Ooh.
saw you and JR in the Discord there. It was great. Good to see, good to see.
I got double.
Say again?
I got double. So Wild Magic Surge and Strong.
Oh yeah, sorry, no, I'm all strong. Rah! Thank you kindly. Excuse me.
You're already
I was
strong,
trying to- juggling chat and my head. And Waymax from McClover. Thank you, everybody. Love all the support. Goes straight back into the channel. At the moment, we're going new character art for the upcoming campaign. I mean,
Ooh.
art imitates life. Whoops, or charisma.
Hey.
Um,
Wait, for who?
I am small but handsome.
I mean, yeah, like friggin' Puss in Boots eyes. Okay.
Fear me if you dare.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very
so
much.
Oh yeah, let's do
Clever.
that crystal from Rishi.
Thank you.
I was worried. I was just, the way things have been going recently. I thought Rishi had abandoned us for Corsair's Cove, but it's good to have you back, my friend.
Oof.
That was good. It's funny. I was like, because he was like just doing audio, and for some reason it went very dulcet and very, very, very baritone when he was just doing audio the other time on Josh's
Ken.
birthday. I was
Ken.
just like, who is that? I know that voice. Oh, hey, it's Rishi. Okay, so yeah, just woken up, eh? It's good. It's good. I like it. We gotta play more morning sessions with you, mate. Right. So, where to start? Okay, let's start on the inside of the thing, in case Scott needs to disappear for a second. So, we return to the interior of this ziggurat here in Orolunga, the lost city that Waymack had heard about in their studies and archaeological musings. The wisps of incense smoke lazily coiling, mimicking the lazy coils of our giant coatl friend, the celestial being. Embra. I think, if I can retcon a smidge, I think Hugh comes in, and Hugh, you see Embra kind of like, is this okay? Am I allowed to be here? Kind of like behind a pillar, like looking around.
I definitely like Ember is. It's like Ember is fairly like is in the shadow. I would say that they would be more like this if they were Brackle, but they're more like
Yeah, fair.
like slightly leaned out, and if Kai is out, it's like a. Do I?
I think. I mean, did you bump him out, or were you just so focused on Saha that you wouldn't have?
I wouldn't have unless they came out as Will.
Yeah.
But probably not.
You actually, let's pop over to Roll20 so I can show people at home as well.
Hi.
Okay, here they are. You'll notice Scarlet, a bit more exploration has been going on here. The map is opening up some more. You find yourselves here where the pin is in the western reaches there, visiting here
so
and
close.
then planning to loop around the Mistcliff Mountains to Jahaka Anchorage to steal yourself a ship back to Ports Nyanzaru. But
We gotta get
that's later.
Waymax anti-pirate game on.
Yes, that too. And you find yourself peeking around as Saha Mbaza is deep in conversation with the figure that you saw in your dreams, in your vision, back in the Dwarven Mine Temple, with this particular individual. A human-looking, pale-skinned, armoured figure with a bit of a Nicolas Cage vibe going on.
I was about to say, why do they feel like Nicolas Cage?
Is standing, the sword planted into the heavy stones and flagstones of the floor, resting their hands on the pommel. And Sahar is talking to them. Artus, I have told you all that I know. Mesro and your beloved will return when the threat to this land is gone. Deal with Rasnisi, and she will return. Perhaps something these new arrivals can help you with.
Jumps a little.
Ember, you do not skulk in the shadows. And you see the figure turn, much like he is in the art here. Who goes there?
I think Ember shows their surprise through the markings on their skin. And so when they've been called out, there's like if he was behind me, he would have seen like a slight ripple flare of like magma-like light just kind of go. And I did not wish to interrupt. And they kind of, they're not sure what to do with their entire body, so they just kind of bow with the wings out a little bit.
Okay. And Hugh, you step forward too?
Yes, Hugh, initially a little taken aback, just the sheer size of, Saha, kind of loosens himself a little bit and...
Yeah, this is not like the quarters you spied when you were on the ship coming down the coast.
Big mama. Big mama.
Yep.
This one glows.
Oh, they all glow.
This one glows particularly shinily, though. That's how you know it's a boss fight.
Absolutely.
I'm surprised it's like 3 times larger than all the others.
The music changes whenever it comes on screen. Okay.
It's just like, oh, would you look at that? It's a like a large cave. There was a save point like a few seconds ago.
Here you go, Johnny.
Exactly. A healing station just appeared.
Just like, oh, damn, not again.
Yeah. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla at the moment. It's like there is a suspicious amount of mushrooms around here for me to recharge with.
That's a great game. That
Why
is
is
a
the
great
It's
music
just-
changing?
Right?
I was just reacting to Charlie there. I'll go back.
Oh no, I'm adding to the.
Oh, I see. Sorry, my bad.
Yep.
It's like the fight at the forge with the lizards, where it's like, okay, it's all over, and it's like, no, it's not. You had left the initiative tracker up.
Right. It's like, why are we still in initiative?
We're not done yet.
But
Okay,
yes,
so
Ember
you-
comes in very reverently.
and Sahar coils down to that towards you and down to your level. Welcome back, Ember. Although you will not recall your time here, I see some of your companions were squeamish as artists.
Ember, having no context for all of this, just kind of looks behind them, sees Hugh, and just kind of nods. Like, they've got, like, Hugh will not have seen this face on Ember before, but Ember's got the still deadpan, still kind of subtle, but there's something about the way that the markings are flickering and the eyes that go, help. It's like, Senpai is here. Like, this person's really, like, this is my boss, what do I do?
Right.
Kind of like, Saha's like got this reverence, but I don't know how many people are going to get this reference, but they're the equivalent of Twilight Sparkle around Celestia right now. Like, they're like, oh god, it's Sensei.
I unfortunately get the reference, yes. Not that I ever watched it. It's just it was so joked about, like so much.
And
So yes, Artis yields the floor, as it were, and kind of steps back and kind of goes Caesar on some nearby cushions, and is just kneeling there. And which is all about the jorts. And Sahar comes to you, Ember, and just hovers, their neck kind of snaking down and hovering in front of you. Why have you sought me out, little one?
I know I was created to assist, and gestures over at Hugh. But as to the location of the danger and fiddling a little bit with the edge of their wings, and as to what I'm capable of doing, I sought guidance. Its threat seems far more disastrous and all-encompassing. I have no knowledge of the one that came before me, aside from stories. But I do not know how I can function and help within this group.
You... Hang on, sorry, I need to do crystals on this one too. Before I forget. One of those, and one of those. Thank you, everybody. Everyone got crystals now. You speak of things I am unaware of. I know not of any new dangers to this land, only that of the warlord Rasnisi. That which Artis and the Barai of Mesro defeated once. That which must be defeated again to ensure that a second disaster does not befall not only this peninsula, but the entirety of our world. Rasnisi has forsaken his undead army. Let them loose to harry and terrorize the jungles. But he has taken up with something even more dangerous. He is now joined with the Yuan Ti, the evil serpent folk of this land. And they seek to undo what the god of this land, the absentee being, Uptau. Everything that he achieved, everything that he earned his name, the betrayer, for, is at risk. If Rasnisi and his followers are successful, a being of utter destruction will be unleashed. Dendar, the Night Serpent, imprisoned by the gods, thanks to the works of Uptau, could be released from their prison, the doors to which are here on this very peninsula.
This is player Scar. I just realized you guys don't. This is a lot thing I'm doing. Is player Scarlet here going? Does this have anything to do with the illustrations that we may have seen? Embra didn't see it, but I'm wondering on Hugh's part, like the illustrations we saw of the Quaddle, and like there was like a serpent at some point, right, in the Fire Newt caves. Am I imagining that, or am I getting my snakes mixed up?
Well, the dwarven shrines were to Saha.
Right. Okay.
So the serpent-like carvings there were of Saha, were Coatl carvings. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
If Daisy's still in chat, the Candlekeep Mysteries have seen portents of Dendar's return.
Dendar. Sweet.
In Colby, a different guise of Colby, some more frog-like guys.
Get up.
Get up. Now.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh and Embra, Saha says, I know where the warlord has hidden himself away, and where he tries to thwart our efforts to combat him. And their eyes almost go sympathetic towards you, Embra. It is Rasnisi who interferes in your creation, using his magics which still seep through the land via his undead hordes, to send my magics awry and give you the appearance of this hated race here in Chult. It is he who influenced your creation, corrupting it and causing you to take on the form of terrafolk. But it is you, all you, that have managed to overcome that and still found purpose, still found allies amidst the folk of Chult. But no, the sources of power that I draw upon, the natural resources of Chult, are limited.
Is there nothing I can do to bolster your power?
There is only a limited amount available. We cannot create what is not there. I have drawn on the forests when I created your former incarnation. I have drawn on the volcanoes for this current incarnation. I can only do this twice more. Be careful, little one.
Am I worth your potential erasure? However, you are much more powerful a force than I.
No. My power is my knowledge. I cannot extend beyond this shrine. I can only guide those who come in search of my counsel, like Artus. Artus was once allied with the Barai, and Hugh and Embra, you know, talking to the Candela Obscura agents and Waymac's teachings, that is centuries? Maybe a century. I can't remember. Yeah, that Artus should not be alive if he was allied
Yeah, I was about
with
to
the
say.
Barai.
Isn't that a while ago?
Artus seeks a way to bring back their beloved, which will also benefit the world, as it requires the defeat of Rasnisi. And Artus rises from his position, almost but not quite indiscernibly wincing a little as he gets out of Caesar. He's not Dragonborn. Dragonborn could do it for hours. But
Yep.
Hey,
Pins and needles, pins and needles.
Good luck with the giveaway. Everyone jump in the giveaway. Turbo KKV, I was happy to hear a familiar username in the mentioned in the Ghostfire Gaming podcast this week. Nice to see everyone around the place. The Artus rises up and turns to Hugh and Embra. I was here on business for my previous organization. You see, he reaches, and Hugh, I'd say with your guiding services and your connections in Port Nyanzari, you recognize this symbol, although it is an archaic version of a Harper pin. It is not the current logo, but it is still recognizable. He was clearly a member of the Harpers in days gone by. It is then that I met Alessander and the other Barai of Mesro, just as Rasnisi, lashing out like a petulant child, turned upon his former allies and attacked the city with his undead hordes. We drove him back, destroyed his power, left him skulking, but unfortunately still able to ally with the Yuan Ti. We were unfortunately unable to weaken them enough that the leaders of Mesro were not overly concerned to the extent of removing themselves from the equation. And Hugh, you know that Waymack will be very interested to hear this, thinking that Mesro was just a ruined city. The remnants of the past empire. They magically removed themselves from this world. And Alessander remained long enough to tell me that they would return when it was safe to do so. I waited, but I am no longer content to stand idly by. I have been seeking a way to make things safe enough for Mesro to return. And I sought out Saha here to ask how that might be achieved. It seems our paths align. And Sahar comes, yes. Rasnisi protects the way to the lair of that which you seek to destroy, Embra, you. For the sake of Chult, be our stone, our single stone cast true and strong to these two birds. If Rasnisi and his undead horde are removed from the equation, Mesro can return. Artus, Alisander shall be returned to you, and the way will be made clear, for Rasnisi is being deceived by that which you seek, you and Emperor. He has been tricked into guarding the entrance to the lair which lies beneath the UNT.
Correct. We were under the impression that they had created a soul monger. Looks over to you.
Yeah, that's right. We've been operating under the assumption that they are solely responsible in some pun not intended. I apologize.
Very nice of them.
If Saha had arms, they'd be finger gunning you, but they can't.
They use one of their sets of wings.
Just the wings.
Just like.
This is incredible that I guess to me, and he looks down at Embra and back up to Saha, a being that we've understood to be so powerful, being tricked into something like this.
It is a being even stronger that
Pause.
has created this deception. Yes, Rocket.
I was gonna say, guys, I think you're confusing. Rasnisi is the guy that created the undead, which is different from the guy that created the soulmonger.
Is it?
Larlock is the guy that
Okay.
created the soulmonger.
Yeah,
Too many liches.
Rasnisi is just a bad guy, not a
Okay.
lich.
Heard. Okay.
Mhm.
Arlock. Okay.
Um,
You're right. I was confusing. I'm like,
Saha looks contemplative about this information that you've brought them. You know, not just what they're able to, impart to you. That's
say
and they kind of
Ember
like
would-
do a quick
Mm.
coil and spin in like excitement, almost in recognition, like the aha moment.
Kai has totally done the same thing.
Yeah, right. And you see a lot of Kai's movements and mannerisms echoed in Saha, or rather, they're echoed in Kai.
I was like to say, mini version.
Yeah, exactly. And they settle again. This is the final piece of the puzzle. This is what has been happening. This soulmonger is steering lost souls astray, both those that should be departing and those that returned. And she spins. Oh, your mother.
Yes. And he swallows hard.
And
I
you don't know why Saha would know about her.
Bottles, man.
So he takes a minute and realizes that, what you just said, John.
Mhm.
He's not sure why Saha would know about his mom, and he raises his head and looks up into Saha's eyes and asks, how did you know?
I see all that Imbra sees. I saw all that Brackle saw. It was Brackle and their teacher that brought your mother back. It was Brackle and their teacher that received her body from the adventurers she was guiding and returned her. And she looks almost apologetic. It was Brackle and her teacher that had you thrown from your tribe. It was not our intention. It was an unforeseen reaction.
And as Saha says that, he kind of winces a little bit and then says, there is no shame here. Truthfully, I'd have the separation 10,000 times before I'd have lost my mother. So, thank you.
I hope that my guidance and Ember's support will allow you to deal with this threat. Deal with this soulmonger. And perhaps give your mother the chance to walk these lands once more. I'm afraid, at least for now, she's gone, Hugh.
And
I have seen
Hugh...
all of those brought back, all of those souls returned to this world before moving on to the next place. All of them have slowly been weakening. I realize now, as a result of this soulmonger that you speak of. I was at a loss as to what was happening, why those returned were slowly seeping away once more. It is a loss for those on both sides of the interest there. Be careful, both of you. All of you, and she turns to Artis as well. The loss of souls is not only a tragedy for those brought back. There are those who need souls for dark purposes. There are evil spellcasters abroad, donned in robes of red. They seek this soulmonger and the souls it can harvest for their own purposes. Beware. Beware those that toy with death. There is another.
What?
One. And she suddenly coils down and round you, Hugh. I'm sorry, I'm taking liberties here. I can't remember if it was you or not, but let's say it is. You bear something that has traveled very far. Do you have a piece of amber? And sorry, Hugh, I'm saying that you have the sending stone that Wakanga gave.
Yes, gave to Waku and
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
I
Okay.
think it would
I was
have
about to
been
say-
either
Let's see.
I or
It was either I or
Imbra.
Okay, I thought it was
Yeah.
stored in the kind of storage stuff that Hugh was carrying, like the backpacks and
No,
things.
I would have imagined that Waku kept it because he likes the guy.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
however, I think for story purposes, let's just say the Ember.
Well, and that's fine because that was just me misremembering. I think being on the steps of the shrine will be enough.
Yep.
Okay, so she coils around Hugh and Ember and she says,
Mm.
It is with your friends outside. Have they recently come across a piece of amber? A piece of the
Yes.
prison?
Prison?
Prison.
But yes, we
Yeah,
have.
Ember said, yeah. There is one camped in the heart of he who saved this
Oh.
peninsula. Also here for the same purposes as those red wizards. He who wishes the souls for himself. He who has traveled very far to be here and take back what is being kept from him. Just because prisons keep evil from the world, it does not mean that their jailers are to be trusted. This one has traveled from a mountaintop lair, a prison of dark spirits, would-be gods that seek to corrupt this world. He must not be allowed access to the souls he craves. He must be sent from this peninsula, from Chult, back to the mountains, back to his Amber Temple. I told you Exanta wouldn't be gone very long. Hats off to the Barovia and Beyond crew for returning Barovia to the material plane and allowing a certain lich to be abroad once more.
On vacation, sunny weather, little Tardivu Tower,
Now-
good stuff.
Is this like the Exanther that was, just ambivalent and kind of had been around so long that he didn't even remember who he really was, so he was just kind of like mellow, or is this more of a like active and energized Exanther?
This is an Exanta who is very excited to be back in the material plane and have access to souls again, because there were no
boy.
souls available in Barovia.
Yep.
Ah,
And we have
And he
liches
arrived.
on liches
It's
this
Witchlight with
is-
hags all over again, except it's
this is liches all the way down. Dragon and Cheers.
Witches and
every
liches,
single time.
bitches. That's all we get.
We've
Sup,
got old
liches?
liches, new liches, red liches.
We've
We got
got
wacky
them brought
waving
back.
arm liches.
We've
Sunday,
got ones
Sunday,
brought back from an
Sunday.
alternate
Witch
plane.
Emporium.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh my
Alright.
god.
you know,
Tomb of Liches, understood.
you know that D&D loves the rule of 3. So we have our red wizards, we have Extanta, and we have Laloch, all hungering for the soulmonger.
Yeah, just those three.
Dragon's trying to drown us.
And then Waku's got his own agenda amongst all of the other agendas. My notes are all over the
Well,
place.
Waku, that's why you need to at least kill one of them, so you can be the third.
There can only be 3.
All
You
right.
should never have trusted me.
So yes.
Let's go.
Sorry, I was done being subtle about Extanta.
That's fair.
The amber sending stone was not enough.
Phew.
You guys, it was more a chat in the Discord that I thought might cotton on, because you guys don't have time to see all the different campaigns.
I barely have time to be in the campaign.
Indeed.
Um,
Now, speaking of amber sending stones, we bump outside. Waymak, Waku.
Hello.
Yes, great voice in the sky. Waku, when did you get so tall?
I'll be right back.
Noise.
I've always been this tall.
You hear
No,
a
you
voice.
haven't. We used to be. Not again.
You hear a voice. You have shrunk to a new perspective on things, my little kitten friend. And coiling up out of the shadow of one of the carvings here on this, layer of the temple, a little ways off to the side of this stair filled with venomous snakes, you see an interesting figure.
I do enjoy interesting figures.
I would also like to note that proudly uneaten venomous snakes. So just
Dragon.
This figure
What is that guy?
steps up. Gross, wasn't it? I too did not wish to imbibe any of my scaled cousins. And this, hang on, let me remind myself of the name. This Sorial.
all right.
Dinosaur-esque buddy steps up. They have that sword, but it's sheathed at their side. Did your fellows seek an audience with Saha?
Yes. I think that Zaha is very important to them, so they, came to say hello and pay reverence.
My traveling
Two-
companion also. Yes, sir.
Quick question: Are not Dragonbait? Are Sorials a known bloodline to Waymak and Waku, being part of Chult, or is this like a
What the hell are you?
Right. Let me just quickly drop back to our various folk of Chult here. We have Chultans. These are the folks that you would know. Arakokra, Batiri goblins, dwarves, Grung, Terrafolk, Tabaxi, Undead, Were-Tigers, and Yuan-Ti. End of sentence. End of chapter. So I think Sorials are fairly rare, actually. I would assume from that.
all right?
You're a fairly rare breed. I haven't seen
I like to think so. Yes.
your type before. You look like a kobold, but different.
I think perhaps we share distant ancestors.
Yeah, dragons. Dragons is the thing I'm descended from.
He flinches. Have you seen any?
I hope to.
Dragonbait there has 5 toes, so he's royal. So we better treat him with some respect. So, yeah. Waymack will.
I don't know your people, stranger. I am Waymack of the Bastet, and currently I am under the effect of some strange and wandering enchantment. Again, this is my companion, Waku, the Great and Terrible.
No, powerful.
Great and powerful.
Yes.
Yes.
Power often leads to terror. I trust you wield yours for the right causes.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Looking at Waku.
Hold on.
Yes, he is very terrifying.
Let me make that deception
Actually,
check.
going with that head spike there, Dragonbait also looks like they were descended from like an offshoot of the Hadrosaurs. He's like
Right.
more like a distant cousin of Donkey than.
If you have spinach in his teeth, then we'll know.
He says, "Well, we are stuck out here waiting, I guess. I am guide to mine. Which of you is guide to this group? And your
Guide
fellows
is-
down there." And he points.
Guide is inside. Guide's the one that,
Ah, the
He is
Goliath.
Yes, the Snake Eater. I also think he is now possibly a fire worshipper, but I will not judge him.
There are 1 or 2 famous Goliath guides in my hometown, Nyanzaru.
Oh, we've been there.
Is it still in one piece?
What?
Is it still in one piece?
Vaguely.
Good.
Still there when we left, right? Right? It's still there when we left.
Yes.
I am thinking mostly so. I am having a hard time remembering. It has been so many, many days ago. This famous guide in Nyanzaro that you speak of, stranger. Do you know them? What is their name? Perhaps we know the same people, and thereby can attest to each other's character.
Hugh, what's your mother's name?
Mom.
Goodness, it's been a while.
Right.
It's in my backstory that I sent.
I know it.
Yeah.
I have one. I'm sure she has a name.
See, I feel vindicated for not knowing that. If Colby doesn't know as well, that's good.
Yeah, no.
You have
I think it started with an
7,200 hours
R.
on Roll20. You can be forgiven to forgetting a few things.
Shh. Call me out like that. Anyway, yes, he says Hugh's mother's name. As she is a very famous guide.
I'm gonna dig it up.
Cheers, man.
Yes, I know her. I am boon companions, blade brothers, with her son, Hugh. In fact, Hugh is inside the temple with our other companion.
I had heard that the offspring was following the same line of employment. They seem to be doing well. It is good.
Well, he has not led us anywhere where we have been eaten yet.
I think competition is healthy.
Are you also a guide?
Indeed.
That's what they said.
I have been guiding my charge around. We traveled to the ruins of Mesro. And then all the way across here.
You have been to Mesro.
Indeed.
Is it a hard journey?
Of course, anywhere south of Nyanzaru is most challenging.
Perhaps I should rephrase my question, Dragonbait. Is it a more difficult than to be expected journey across the jungles?
There is the usual dangers of undead. And the natural creatures. And of course, the occasional child of Uptao.
Child of. Oh,
Which way
oh
back,
he,
you know,
he means
the
the
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Luckily for us, I didn't have to disappoint my charge. I was worried that they were treasure seeking in Mesro, but the Flaming Fist has picked over those ruins time and time again. But he seemed to have different interests. He was researching the ancient guardians of that place, the Barai.
Indeed. Your charge. Is he a scholar? Is he researching the history of the ruins?
Barry, that's just our version of Dragon Bit.
Okay. Her name is Lucienne.
Thank you. So he said Lucienne, yeah, when you asked. Waymack, you ask if they're a scholar on that. He's like, I did not pry too deeply. I was merely doing my job and showing them the way. But
That's fair.
they apparently came here seeking answers. So perhaps they have learnt what they were seeking here.
Might I inquire as to where you journey after your visit here?
Depends on the information my client gains.
Yes, yes. We ourselves are bound either for the coast, or the River Shosenstar to make our way back to Port Nianzaro. Can you offer any advice on the route, or the most efficient way to get there? Our supplies dwindle, and we have those who are in need of the succor of walls and inns and services in our company.
It is perhaps best that you visit, if you are going via the River Shosenstar, you should visit the camps. There are the camps there. Of those, oh god, who is the guys that are doing the things there? Hang on. I forget which group it was. Excuse me. Going in. There we go. Yes. There is the camp of the Knights of the Order of the Gauntlet in their foolish attempts to purge this land of undead.
Yeah, it is quite foolish.
Camp
Yes,
Righteous
indeed.
and Camp Vengeance are along the river. And Hugh, if you remember seeing this on Hugh's map, Waymack.
Yeah.
Yes,
But they're about a week away. Vengeance is about a week away
Yes.
or more. Okay. All right.
I wish Vengeance was a week away.
From there, you could take canoes along the river. That would be the fastest way. Although you cannot resupply at Camp Righteous, it is lost to them. Camp Vengeance
What?
is so named as they seek to drive back and cause the undead to pay the price for the massacre at Camp Righteous.
I understand. I
It is
understand.
best to avoid large groups of living beings and slip by in smaller groups like ours.
We are finding that it is so as well.
It will be a
what other-
dangerous journey, but if you seek to go overland, that would be the best way.
I must confer with our guide, but I appreciate the information, Dragonbait. Might I share some rations with you in payment for your kindness of sharing your knowledge of the road?
I would not deplete your supplies. We have sufficient.
Waymack opens up that can of tuna and gravy, sniffs it.
as you say.
Puts away his tin of cat food, you know.
Hey, with the smaller size, your rations will go further.
Exactly.
Hey, OG.
These big ones eat so much food.
Now, Hugh, Ember, back inside. You see. Actually, sorry. Just before, as we got a scene change there, can we just take a brief bio break? Would
Sure.
you guys like a break as well, or shall can I leave you chatting with chat?
Up to you.
I'm fine.
Up to you.
If you're
I'm more than happy to just natter about inanities and just blather on, entertaining chat until you do return.
Well, actually,
I
I mean,
mean-
you will share all this knowledge that you've gained, and I won't have Josh repeat everything I said verbatim. So much as he wants to.
But I will.
So please discuss what you've learned from Saha here, and know that Saha has more to say. But yeah,
Okay.
discuss amongst yourselves from up here what you think of these new revelations, shall we say? I'll be right back.
Okay,
Oh,
Sensei's
hello,
away.
hello.
Now when it
Guys.
comes back, we should all have our cameras turned off.
Ah.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
I'm glad you're not dead. We were kind of worried for a second,
Understandably.
especially
Saha would
you
not
with that
harm.
disgusting nonsense.
Okay, look, I understand. Yeah, it was a lot.
I'm still very confused as to what happened.
Okay, so
Yeah, me
Embra,
too.
long story short,
Understood.
it took a lot to make our way up the side of this structure here.
Right.
There was magical plants blocking our way.
All right.
So these guys, Chewingas, I don't know if you've ever seen them. Bunch of them kept coming up and kind of showing us what we needed to do. So first we had to get a flower
Were
to
they
get through
bitey?
the plants. The Chewingas or the plants?
Oh, I didn't
plants were
realize it
bitey.
would be both. Oh, okay.
Yeah, plants were stingy, bitey. Chewingas, no, they're just little guys. I don't know.
Little
Uh,
guys. All right.
um,
Files under names.
So first we had to get a flower.
Right.
Then we got to get a bird feather.
Right.
And then there was this like river of snakes essentially. And so to get past the snakes, what we had to do is we had to hit a snake on the head with the flower, make it mad, and then brush it with the feather to calm it down, and Hugh will look at the other two.
And
Then you had to lay down in front of the snake, and the snake kind of went in my mouth, and
3 foot
Is it
tall
so-
Waymack is standing behind Waku, making that noise that your cat makes when it coughs up a hairball.
yeah,
And it's still
not pretty.
inside you?
Well,
I think it was magical.
I
so
don't know. Yeah, it very well could have
Oh.
been some kind of magic thing, but
You hope
Oh,
it was
okay.
magical.
I mean the protein
Are
would
you
be good,
full?
so
What?
Anyway,
no,
so-
I'm certainly not full.
They're
But
explaining what happened when I was gone.
Oh, the snake.
It needed ketchup.
This is not understood.
I guess you had to be there.
anyway,
Chat as well, I was like, be proud. We don't want you dead. What?
this is
Confused.
dragon bait. He's not a kobold, just so you're aware.
Understood.
Yes.
Right,
Did
he
you
seems
see
a
the
bit
handout there,
bigger.
Scarlet?
Yes, I popped in and I was
Yes.
like, oh, we both have a nubbin.
No. Okay, so
Touches the back of head like.
yes, Dragonbait is Artist Simba's guide, here.
Okay.
as played by Matthew Lillard. Long ago, when Tomb of Annihilation was first released, I forget. I think it was in Dice Camera Action.
That sounds...
Yeah, dice camera action. Because they would like, drop in the various bits from the various things as they were released.
Right.
So they had a section here in Chult, and they met Dragonbait, and I think Matthew Lillard played that, of Hackers and Scream and Beetle and Grimm's fame. So you yes, we return to the interior here, and Ember, Hugh, Saha turns to you and once more. Will you ally yourselves with Artus? Together, your strength will hopefully be enough to overcome Rasnisi and gain access to the chambers below the Yuan-Ti stronghold, wherein you can seek out this soulmonger and hopefully keep it from the hands of these who so greedily seek it.
I certainly believe that there shouldn't be any problems. Whatever and whomever we need to work with to resolve all of this,
Then
welcome aboard.
please.
As the old Bastet proverb says, enemy of my enemy is my friend. So, if this is what we need to do to accomplish this mission, to return this artifact to a museum where it belongs, of course I will accept their blade.
So wait, this is back inside. Wait, actually.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I like the
thought
idea
they'd
that
come
you're saying this to Dragonbait though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Like a coincidental,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, like it's like it's a
screen.
cut, and it's like, yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Embra kind of just bows their head and goes, "I am but an avatar of your will. If this is what you will."
That is not how I created you. You must
There. So
find your
confused.
own path. Despite the obstacles and dangers before you. Beware, Embra. You will not remember, but there is one in Port Nyanzaru who senses your celestial nature and seeks to thwart you. And Ember doesn't know, but and Hugh wouldn't have realized that for what it was. But as players, you remember the city guard and the dinosaur race stable hand, who turned out to be the same person, and was attempting to get Ember get Brackle into a lot of trouble.
I think Ember's a little bit stuck on the like, you've got to figure out who you are thing, just like, well, damn. And I will try.
I have created you with the potential to aid these folk and this world. But the choice is yours. It cannot be without being chosen freely.
And I think if we're at the tail end of the conversation,
I'm gonna think about it.
if we're at the tail end of the conversation, I think Ember is going to stick out their arm and attempt to shake Saha's hand.
No hand.
I know. That's why it's like they just kind of put out an arm. Thank you.
She coils again around you and Hugh. you have preparations to make in the city to the north. I suggest Artus and his fellow go ahead to scout out the lay of the land, and you join them when you are ready. But you should know, the location you seek is being reclaimed by this land and has sunken down. It is best found from the air. Once you are ready to leave, you should travel to Ker Sebal. The winged folk there have the means to guide you and allow you to approach from the skies.
Oh, I see it on the map. Okay.
Yeah, that is Hugh. That's a location that your mother's aware of, so it's marked on the map, but it's not a region that's scouted out, so it's still with all of the hexagons around.
Got it.
That
it
awkward
is
moment when it's like right where Heart of Utal was.
right. It is. Let me show people back home as well. It's an Aarakocran monastery, and
In birds.
Super cool, actually.
I think, and it's up high, like on a mountain top, like like those kind of kung fu movie Buddhist temples. But so I think because you can see your mother has made the journey from Mesro up the river, Orlung there. So I think it was seen from the river. So she marked it on the map, and then she researched it back when she got back to the city and discovered what it was called and what it was, just in lore there. And Saha says, I wished to tell your friend directly, but please let them know. Perhaps they can find more of their roots aloft that mountain with the Aarakocra. Your Basteti friend.
Okay.
And Saha finally says, once you have met those at Ker Sabal, then you must meet Artus and his compatriot to the south and west, between the peaks of flame and the valley of lost honor. It is there in the jungle, there in a sunken crater, lies the ruins of Omu and the fortress of Rasnisi. And below that, the cradle of this soul manga. And I shall put on the map boop. I put it at the front. Why is it not there? Ah, there's the dot. The dot's there. So you can see where that dot is there in the hexes?
Yep.
Yeah, that is the location that you have been given, between the Valley of Lost Honor and the Peaks of Flame.
Okay.
Come and give me disadvantage.
We were almost there.
You came
A couple
fairly
of
close.
times, yeah.
We almost walked right into the end of the campaign.
That would
Just
have been
casually.
interesting.
What level are we again?
5.
How long have we? Should we still be this level?
No, you should be on the verge of becoming this level.
Oh, wow! They
you-
really
Yeah,
plan on
yeah.
annihilating.
You got the head starts.
Okay. Death incarnate awaits. Lovely.
Finishing your explorations of the jungle will get you to level 6. But all of these little exploration encounters are supposed to get you from 1 to 5, but we just jumped ahead.
Okay, fair.
So-
I'm like thinking about the fire newts, thinking a level 2 person doing the fire newts.
Fair. I mean, it's level 1 to 5, so you could have got there at 5. I suppose
The red dragon.
It's like Barovia. You know, the area is recommended for levels 1 to 6. And if you go if you end up in the wrong place, that is
level 1.
the danger of a sandbox.
Lovely. Understood.
Right. Saha then says, "Go now, with my blessing." And she coils around the two of you, her scales becoming even more iridescent, and bestows upon you, those willing to make the journey all the way up to the shrine, Hugh, you receive the Charm of Vitality.
Whoa!
Ooh.
So if you basically put in your inventory a potion of Vitality, it has the same effect as that, just a one-off thing. And to you, Embra, she says, "This curse prevents the returning of souls, but other afflictions and dangers I give you the power to cure." And she gives you a Charm of Restoration.
Ooh.
I think that might actually be available in the compendium if you want to search that out and just have it. I think it probably shows up as an item. It has 6 charges, and you can use them. Casting Greater Restoration is 4 charges. Lesser Restoration is 2.
Okay.
And it's a one-off. Once the 6 charges are gone, it's gone.
Okay.
So make a note of that.
Okay.
And
put it around my neck, I guess.
She swirls around you, the iridescent gleam from the scales just kind of shining in the light and reflecting off the smoke, and it gets brighter and brighter and then dissipates, and you are left in a bare stone, cracked interior with vines encroaching from the outside, and you can hear Waku and Waymak talking with someone. An artist strides towards the archway leading outside in the bright light of the jungle. Although mist is rising up off the jungle, which it wasn't before, a morning mist. Waymak, Waku, you have just broken camp with Dragonbait, as you were out there all night. It is the dawn of the next day.
Wow.
24 hours remain. What?
You all sorrels snore like that? I might suggest sleeping on your side next time.
Do all kittens shout like that? Ugh,
I am small, I must be heard.
noisy in the morning. No worry about that.
Embra, before they step out, is going to reach up to Hugh. And, like, with a very contemplative face, we are going to Port Nyanzaru, yes?
Hold on, I'm looking at the map.
I believe we are headed back from Jahaka, because Jahaka's next, right?
That was the plan.
Yep.
Although there's also talk of the river.
Mm-hmm.
I think
you need to go back and provision yourselves properly before making the journey, first to Kursabal and then down to Ormu. Artists and Dragonbait are very self-sufficient.
Okay.
So then Hugh would tell Embra, yeah, we need to resupply ourselves and
Hugh, you would probably want to lay your mother to rest. If all that's said is true.
Right. And take care of some personal business. So yes.
I wish to talk to the one who was the companion or master of the one before. Brackle seems to have been a very liked individual. I wish to learn from them.
I think that's a fair assumption. Yeah, I do think Brackle was well liked. Sure, we can make that happen.
Thank you. I need to understand how tries to shake their own hand again. This thing works.
Right. And Hugh will just kind of stand, I'm assuming at the top of the stairs, just kind of looking out over the jungle.
Yep. And you can see that the serpents are gone. The middle layer looks intact and structurally sound, and the vines have retreated from the lower reaches.
And he'll just kind of take a contemplative moment to look over the area and breathe in the morning air before he signals to Embra. It looks like the path is a lot clearer than when I came up. So,
You
shall we?
unlocked the waypoint, dude.
Embra, for their part, takes a look over the jungle, looks
Only-
over at the camp.
Only,
sees the
only the
invited-
worthy may climb. Anyone can leave. Sorry, Sam.
Hey now.
And, like, Embra, if we're heading down a thing, Embra may choose to hover down, honestly. Again.
Okay,
Alright.
yeah, so you launch and glide down to where the Candela Obscura agents are camped. And Donkey's there as well.
Yay!
And Waymak, Waku,
Hmm.
you hear a voice that you haven't heard before. Dragonbait! Are we ready to leave?
Nicolas Cage, is that?
I have what I came for. And new fellows. As do you. And
Looking around in confusion at the source of the new voice.
Artist Simba
All right.
climbs down the steps to where you guys are. Well met. I am
Oh.
Artist Simba.
Hello, artist Simber. I am Waku, the great and powerful.
Nice.
And I am Waymak of the Bastetti, given over to the service of our goddess Ubasti. A pleasure, Artist Simba.
And
He's-
we'll put his little paw over his chest and bow.
These jungles are no place for a child. You should not be out
Hey.
here, little one.
Waymak's little tail.
So you say.
It's his, and Dragonbait says, "No, artists, I saw it myself. It is the magics of this place affecting this Bastetti. They were much larger when they clambered into view.
Yeah.
Like an optical illusion.
He just kept walking, stayed the same size. Like that scene out of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of peril.
So, discomfited at being called a child, Waymak will look around and noticing Hugh and Embra will, of course, hail his friend.
Hugh, come and see. We met somebody who knew your mother.
Oh, you don't say.
Dragonbait winces at the shift to past tense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll introduce Hugh to Dragonbait.
Okay.
Name cracks me
And
up.
how tall is Dragonbait?
Good question.
Go ahead and say it. Taller than Waymack. I know.
Well, yes.
Everybody's taller than me now.
I think
Oh,
we're the
yes.
same size, roughly, because if you're with Waku.
Well, no, I figure that right now I'm probably looking at Waku's shoulder. So
I'm pretty sure, like, Ember's definitely. I don't actually know. Is Ember shorter than Waku? I always pictured them slightly shorter.
If that's how you imagine it, that's fine.
They are a
Doesn't bother
medium,
me.
Mainly
a
'cause,
medium
like,
sorial.
Okay.
mainly because like this height on the head.
So shorter than you, Hugh.
So then Hugh would extend a hand and introduce himself.
Yeah.
So I am to hear that you knew my mother. She
Just
is quite well known, so
Yes, I know her
How-
well. Yes, it is a pleasure to meet you.
to what end did you know her?
Profession. I am also a guide out of Nyan's Out.
Ah. Oh, okay. I
Cheeseberry.
can't say that we've ever met before, but it's good to meet another a fellow professional.
He gestures. Artis and I have been in the jungles for quite some time.
Very good.
Yes,
That's
nice-
incredible.
Nice to have a steady contract.
Right.
Perilous as it might be. But we accept that, do we not?
It's part of the job.
And Artis shakes your hand, Embra.
Yay!
before you launch yourself. And
I think like it's like a oh right, and then they go to turn to Dragonbait and also do it, and they still haven't figured out the smiling and like hi my name is.
They're
They're
really
just like their
serious.
hand is out.
Yeah.
Just
and
like
Hugh to you too. He shakes. He's like, "Be safe. Dragonbait and I will, as Saha suggested, make our way to Omu ahead of you, and discover what we can before you arrive."
Certainly.
If as was said, if it is a sunken region of the jungle, we should camp near some sort of landmark on the lip of the crater.
Sounds like a good idea.
So look for whatever is most obvious around the ridge. We shall meet you there and share what we have been able to discover.
understood.
Are you accusing our cat folk here of being a biscotti? Does that taste good? Okay, so
I am delicious, coated in chocolate.
Don't tell that to the local Tyrannosaurus.
right. So, Archer Simba and Dragonbait shoulder their things and head off down the steps. And the folks at the bottom there have noticed them talking with you, and they nod to each other as they pass, and then they head off south, disappearing into the jungle at the edge of the clearing. So, to you. Do you have anything more to share? Or are we ready to move?
So who is he?
ally? What word am I supposed
yeah.
to use again?
Ally is the very short version.
Understood.
He seems to be
Sorry.
our goals are aligned, as Saha and Baza put it. He had a partner who will not return to the region until it is safe to do so, and that safety is marked by dealing with Rasnisi, the Soulmonger, etc.
Wait. Dealing with Rasnisi?
That's what they said.
Like the guy with
They
the undead,
got-
the one that's,
They got the door. They protect the soulmonger, it seems.
Huh?
Yeah,
Which is what we were informed.
from what we've been told, Rasnisi guards the access to the Soulmonger. They've allied themselves with Yanti, and it seems to be underneath a Yanti village or encampment. And in his confusion, he looks to Embra. I'm not sure which.
Mentions, apparently, there is a sunken ruin of Omu.
You know that. That's a famous thing that was mentioned in the Umbalan texts that you discovered quite a lot. They used to trade with Olmu all the time.
Yep. Olmu was actually something Waymak is kind of very interested in seeing for himself. So,
Waku is just like scratching his head. He's like, so like the necromancer that raised all the dead, and
right?
No one has seen.
Yes.
Still hanging about.
That.
Apparently.
And we were advised to go to Kirsabal. Kirsabal?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Because apparently it is accessed by... The best thing to do would be to access it by air. And they look over to Waymak, and apparently they have connections to your past, according to Saha and Baza.
Is this so?
There is a
Yes.
monastery.
There seems to
of
be
the
connection. Saha mentioned that Rasnisi has been tricked into guarding the Soulmonger by a lich. Larlock.
You know the name.
That makes sense.
Waku.
So maybe we can
I
use
don't know
the
what
fact
you're
that
talking about.
maybe we can use the fact that he's being tricked to our advantage.
How do you tell him the truth, and he might be willing to relinquish his gears, his duty to guard the Soulmonger? Is this what you are suggesting, you?
Well, the way I see it, one of two things will happen. We can use this information, and the revelation will cause Rasnisi to immediately seek revenge, or we can use that moment of confusion that the revelation creates to cut him down. I have no hope that such an individual would be redeemed or attempt to give up as it was, just learning that they were tricked. No, that anger needs to be used.
Indeed. We shall have to meditate much upon this possible course of action as we journey there. But I hear the wisdom of your words.
I mean, if I were Raznisi, or
And
Coughs
just
in
to be
necromancy.
clear, you are not Raznisi, right? You have to tell us, otherwise it's entrapment.
I was gonna say, you know, you caught me. It's been me the whole time. No. If I were, you know, someone of his power, probably what would happen is I would, you know, side with the Yuan Ti for, you know, other purposes, and then probably not be 100% aware of what I'm doing, and that I've been manipulated into, you know, helping someone else that I didn't even know I was helping.
It seems, from what you've heard, it's you know that Raznisi has completely abandoned the undead thing. That's why. The hordes are just, you know, aimlessly
Just casually.
attacking.
hanging
What
out.
I'm trying to imply is that I don't think that Raznisi is 100% aware. Like when we say that he's been tricked into, I'm saying I don't think he is aware exactly
What's below?
What is below. That he's become the guardian of something.
Okay. Fair.
He knows that he is sided with the Yuan Ti, and that's what he knows.
Okay. Embra, do you reveal any thoughts about Wakanga?
I am actually going to reserve those thoughts because
Okay.
I want to talk to Waku privately about those
Okay.
at camp at some point. Because Waku said that we were supposed to not say anything in front of Waymack. And so, and like, Embra's still learning the friendship thing, and so they're going to talk to you in private the moment that we're alone about certain things.
Okay.
Even though Hugh knows, like, Ember is currently thinking about everyone's like desires involved right now. It's just like, well, if Waku finds out that this person is, you know, doing the same thing that he probably wants to do, would he want to supply the person that he wants to not supply for extra competition? Like, you know.
Indeed.
Kind of that vibe. Anyway. I suppose we're headed to Jahaka Bay, right? For Playmat? We need to finish up stuff? I'm unsure.
And that we're gonna go after
Casually
Oriana, Lascalar, and Zarumal Sariak. Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
there are two options. I mean, the Jahaka anchorage is closer, but the other option that, I mean, Waymack was mentioning himself is to go towards the river Soshin Star, sorry. Easy for me to say.
You know, it's okay for Waymack. Yes, obviously recovering the light of Ubasti is an important quest, and the pirates are something that he is honor bound to do. But also considering with the curse and that everything that's going on, that takes a much higher that has a higher priority, because it's less about it belongs in a museum and more about, okay, this would be Ubasti kind of positioning one of her own in a place to be where they needed to be. And also, since the discovering of the link to Ubtao, Waymack has been questioning exactly what his place is with the Bestetti, and the knowledge that Bast is a latecomer here.
Yep.
You know, that's kind of disconcerting, because you think your gods are timeless, and to realize they're not. So even though it hasn't really come out, I think probably one of the reasons Waymack has been a little more frivolous and flippant is he's having a crisis of faith. So he's all about going.
Sorry,
Yeah.
so that's another thing that would be very good to look into in Nyanzari.
Yeah.
With the
So
church.
Nyanzaro. Plus, you know, he needs a flea dip, so can't get him in the jungle.
And I think for Ember is like looking to you specifically, Waymack, because this is something that seemed important to you, so they will leave it in your care, kind of thing.
It's
because they also have no context for the previous stuff.
Right. So yeah, if actually asked, Waymack is,
I believe that the greater good requires that we go to Nyanzaro and we continue on this path that we seem to find ourselves, perhaps unwittingly, but nevertheless, on. The Light of Ubasti and the pirates, I'm sure, will wait, or maybe somebody else will deal with it. It is not going anywhere.
But
this, yeah, this is pressing.
But
I
also, I'd say Hugh and Waku, apart from the obvious confrontation that would be involved, you think hiking to Jahaka and then sailing would probably be faster.
Whichever's the fastest route.
But
I
then
do
again,
think,
I get
do
the
think that
sense.
walking to Jahaka and then sailing would be faster.
But then again, I get the sense like a voice has fallen upon me from the sky that maybe just dealing with the unwitting
Pirates.
the plot thread that is in front of us requires being dealt with, so we can have a clean break and move on and, you know, progress this great grand story we find ourselves in.
I'm just saying.
I love the idea that like it's like the Phoenix is the god dangling the like this actual thread in front of the cat. Like it's right here.
Yeah, so
Come
she
get
is.
it. Come get this.
Hugh like ponders over
plus-
the map and is like, "Yeah, that sounds like it would be the faster way."
Plus, I've been waiting a long time for you guys to find out what the Light of Basti actually is. So yeah,
I
Jahaka
really
Bay
want
it
it to be
is.
just a
Wait
giant
for it.
yarn ball.
I
It's a
Waymac
laser
does
pointer,
that, Barry.
please.
Waymac does that.
yeah. Well, I'll just say, you know, out of character, whichever character I am. The once you hit Coast Abal and head off in that direction, there's no going back. You won't be back.
The
this way.
previous
Yeah.
quest lines are locked off and we're done. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go to Jahaka. Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Yeah.
To Jahaka.
Yeah, the text box will pop up. Are you sure?
Exactly.
Yep.
It's like,
It's
are
a-
you certain? It's like when you won't be able to go back after this point. Make sure you've said goodbye to everyone before you head off to fight the BBUG. I mean, do the final. I mean,
It's like,
go
yeah,
on the
the-
next stage of your adventure.
Yeah, the text dialogue pops up. So, you know, it's like option 1. I need some more time. Option 2. Yes, I am ready to go.
Exactly. And for heal over time, yeah, Waymac is often found staring at closed closet doors
Right.
for whatever reason. So
I've got it in I get it in, you know, in Valhalla all the time. It's like recently it's like are we ready to do this? It's like we need, like, story wise this needs to happen right now. Why would I just go off and do side quests now?
right. However, there is the school of thought too, you know, the BBEG after the player went and did all of the side quests. You know, you've seen that meme, right? The BBEG is crying, the player's the Terminator. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
Side
me.
quest.
Douche.
That's me usually. I do end up in places that I was supposed to have been at
Level
a lower
99.
lower level. Definitely. Okay, so the aquatic route, as in the ocean route, not the river route, sorry. But I was like, damn, they're both aquatic.
To
Yes.
Jahaka Bay.
Okay. So let me get rid of some more of these.
Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle.
We can see all of our there now. You make
Okay,
your way.
I just got that Scarlet. Holy fast travel, Scarlet song.
So, Scarlet, welcome back. Could you please as midway through your journey here towards around the edge of the Mistcliff Mountains. Could you
Aye.
please roll me a D100?
D100.
What interesting little side distraction do we have
Yeah,
on your
100.
journey? Scarlett, this is how we're doing travel these days, right? We're not doing elongated
Alright.
travel sequences. We're just saying that something happens, and then we're narrating how you dealt with it.
24.
24. Okay. This is kind of good with your proximity to the Mistcliff Mountains, I think. Okay, there is a section of your journey, let's say where this spur of the mountains juts out into the jungle. Up atop those peaks there are a great deal of pteranodons nesting and hunting throughout this area. How do you deal with that threat to your journey?
My brain's like, do they confuse me as baby? Pteranodons. We're talking like Quetzal, the Quetzalcoatl, not Quaddle.
No,
right?
Pteranodons.
Just a regular pteranodon.
Just Pteranodons,
Okay.
yep. A flock,
Just a regular old
a
dinosaur.
flock of 2d6 Pteranodons to be exact. Only 3. Could have been worse. Only 3. But they're pretty nasty.
Could we attempt to travel? Could we attempt to like camouflage ourselves?
Okay. Give me a survival check.
Certainly.
I'm just double checking my stuff.
A
Failure
special-
failure will result in the consumption of one of your NPCs.
Oh, well.
We got all the
Alright.
Candela Obscura guys. We're good. Just take all the rolls you need.
Everyone,
Don't worry,
hide.
I'll bring him back.
Hide under the NPCs.
All right.
What is it? Can we
I'm gonna roll it.
attempt to
Waku, the
disguise
other members of
ourselves?
the circle would be very, very put off by that. Please do not.
Okay.
I've been thinking about Candela.
The
and how
Candela
much I
Obscura.
wanna play
Why do
again.
they keep referring to us as Meat Shield? That's not my name.
21, John.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay.
It's a good
So-
roll.
Hearing the cries as they circle too high overhead to be of any danger as they were returning home from hunting, Hugh, you know that throughout the next 3 days or so that it will take you to get past this spur of mountains, that you would be in danger. So you instruct your fellows here, using all of your guide skills, to hide camp and to conceal your progress as you are trekking through the jungles here. And there's a couple of times when you hear the screeches and they come kind of swooping down over the jungles here, but through your use of camouflage and various plants and substances to mask any sense there. Hey, immersion diversion coming with the raid. Welcome in. You are able to avoid being detected and becoming a meal.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like to not be eaten.
Right. Now you find yourselves descending out of the jungle to the edge of Jahaka Bay. So let me just double check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days later.
The ocean. I
Um,
just realized this is Ember's first time seeing like big water, even if it's like
Ocean?
mucky
Oh
as all
yeah, I
that.
was gonna say, what are you talking about? Oh yeah.
It's my specialty.
Okay. So where is the Jahakar Bay? There we go. Yes. So well, I don't know how much of a view Ember gets, I'm afraid, because remember, the reason the pirates are here is because the whole bay is concealed by mist. As the River Tath comes barreling, you hear the River Tath before you see it as it's coming cascading and barreling down a huge series of waterfalls out of the highlands there. And you find yourself at the mouth of the River Tath, having travelled from its headwaters before. And you emerge from the jungle and see this area of mist-shrouded water ahead of you. And Waymak, your reconnaissance and intelligence that you've been researching before you came this way told you that the pirates are camped on the northern side of the bay.
At the anchorage about 3 days away. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're down at about sea level anyway, so we don't have like a altitude advantage over them.
No, to get next to where they are.
Yeah. Well, I meant like just as to see if there are actually ships in the anchorage, but we're probably that's still too far away. All right.
Let's see here. Dun-dun-dun.
It's a bit. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. It's 5 days.
Because each of these hexes was what, 10 miles?
So 50 miles, yeah, it's unlikely that maybe like one hex over, I'd make a play for it. I'd make a claim, but not this far, yeah.
Yeah, it says, each hex is 10 miles, and anything beyond 2 to 3 miles is not visible in the mist.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay. Moving right along then. However, because I don't know how far up the bay they might come, if they like have to come up to the headwaters to take on fresh water or what. So Waymak will caution everyone to,
we must be extra careful. This is the domain of pirates.
Understood.
I've never encountered
What's a
pirates
pirate?
before.
Pirates.
Murderous
What's a
thieves who have a special title for being robbers simply because they sail on ships.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like highwaymen, but water's involved.
at this point, Waymak looks over at Hugh.
Ember's just
What
nodding.
is a highway?
Yeah, Ember's like the same face as Waymak, and they both probably turn at the same time, at the same height too.
Like a big road.
What is a road?
Okay. A well-maintained path. Let's
Why
go
did
with
you
that.
not just say a well-maintained path? You always
Because
make things so
language-
complicated.
Because language evolves, Waymak, and this is
Yes.
not an argument.
Yes,
that I think
Hugh.
we-
Language evolves, unlike your family.
I'm so confused. right now. Ember looks over to Waku and goes, "So good, bad,
Pirate
between-
bad.
Generally
Pirate
bad. Yes.
Road, highway good. Pirate bad.
Okay.
I've heard stories
Highwayman
about
bad. Highway good.
yes. Yes,
Oh,
that
okay.
yes. So Waku's getting it, but I have heard stories about strange stretchy pirates being not so bad, but
Yes. The great,
generally we don't see a lot of those around
the great
here.
fruit eater.
Yes.
Yada yo, yada yo.
In search of the great single piece.
The singular
Please
item.
don't copyright us.
Yeah,
It is
at my school.
incredibly good content and worth the monthly subscription fee to watch.
At the school I work
It's a
at, we
burger
have
place.
a book, and one of the things that is in one of the conversations for the kids' lessons is, "Do you watch Two Pieces?"
No. Really?
I'm always like, just real close. On
Apparently the live action one was pretty decent.
I heard.
Mm.
I have
heard
heard
the same.
nothing
It's-
but
it's-
good
it's-
things.
it-
Yeah.
The person playing Luffy is perfect. Absolutely
Yeah.
perfect. They are
Well,
Luffy. I fully
mean-
expect this person to jump out of a window because they're like, "Oh, cool, shiny."
Yeah.
Like,
Oda himself said that when he wrote Luffy originally, he envisioned the actor. I think his name is Inaki.
Yep.
he envisioned him, like someone exactly like him.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, was he born?
Right? No, yeah. I mean, the series
Yeah.
is 26 years old now or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yep.
So it's got the Oda seal of approval. So as far as I'm
Nice.
concerned,
Oda
it's good
was
stuff.
on this, like, the staffing and, like, full consultation for the full thing as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
as somebody who normally does not watch anime, okay, I haven't watched it for years because
Never have.
I watched the whole One Piece live action and I loved it. I cannot wait for more. It was just quality entertainment, hands down. It was so good, so good. I can't recommend it
casting was so
highly.
good.
Looking forward to it. I'm in the
casting's so
depths
good.
of Ahsoka at the moment, but.
Also good.
Mhm. Okay.
But
So,
man,
my friends, you
dreaming.
1, 2, 3, 4. You spend the next 4 days
right?
traveling along the coast, towards where you have heard this den of scum and villainy to be located.
Den of scum and villainy.
Indeed.
They don't serve our kind here.
There's a TTRPG called that.
We have a construct, but not a droid, so we're okay.
Oh, should I be C-3PO?
I mean, Emperor's
I don't
close.
think
without
Emperor's
the
like-
social knowledge.
Need the it's like want to lean more towards more R2 though for SAS, but I don't think they're capable of it yet.
Something to aspire to. Okay. So, dear friends, who's that?
Hey,
Architects of
Hello.
Fate, come in with a raid. Welcome. How you doing,
Yahoo.
raiders? Hope you had a good session. Welcome in. We are approaching a pirate secret base here, with the intent of stealing a ship and repatriating stolen artifacts, shall we say?
Yeah, we'll
that's
go
a good way to put it.
Plus, fighting pirates is fun. Did anybody remember to bring the pixie?
Shut up, Tink.
I
Okay,
had some
now-
Kai appears just casually. I got this.
Let me just check the passive perception here. Okay, I would like a
Nice.
group stealth check, please.
Wait, do I have a thing for this?
Not great
mm,
is the answer on that one.
Do I have a
Well.
thing for this? My stupidly large spell list. Probably don't have a thing.
Whilst
Got
everyone's
math
doing that,
rocks
let
for
me do a
this.
shout out for our rating inference here.
Yike.
All right.
Bad.
So I have disadvantage because of my armor.
Weh. Guidance.
Oh, we got
Yeah.
guidance. You guidanced us.
May I
One
apply?
person, mate.
If
Yes.
we was
Oh,
yeah,
Amazing.
I'm the
Concentration.
person with whoever's got the armor issue. Somebody.
That would be myself. So guidance is a
BM.
D4, right?
Yes.
I gotta get more math rocks.
Yes. You need to get more Phoenix Dice math rocks. Plug. Check out
Mm.
Phoenix Dice.
Mm.
There we go. Okay.
Their I can fully brag about their dice scroll. It is
Awesome.
one of the nicest parts of my thing.
Me too.
That did look really nice.
It's
They look really
honestly such a wonderful addition because it pairs with absolutely every game I've run.
Nice.
Because it's like simple, it's clean, it's subtle, it's not too flowery, so I can use it for pretty much every system I've run as well.
Cool.
Okay, so John,
Yeah,
with disadvantage and the guidance,
Yes.
I ended up with a 16.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Waymack.
very
Um,
good.
Apparently, when Waymack got shorter, he also got louder because, a 6. He just walking through the jungle.
Oof.
And when we go and we attack them, they will not know I'm expecting to hit them. Like, shut up, you what?
Mark it.
8.
Oh, dear.
Oh my
Amber?
god.
18.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to imagine that Embra goes the shadows route, like just starts getting smoky.
For an average of 12.
As we're approaching, may I bring out Kai in advance?
Sure.
Oh, sorry.
Lovely. Kai is out.
I would say that'll give you disadvantage due to their fiery nature.
Okay, I'm fine with that. 1 point less. 17.
Okay. I shouldn't change the average.
Shouldn't change the average. Just point 0.333333333.
So, let me bring you over to this new map.
New map for
Indeed.
I
us.
love new maps, man.
Almost
Map
as good as a
begins-
long rest. Wow.
As you
Which we've
sneak-
had technically.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
It's many.
Woo!
You've had almost 2 weeks of long rests.
Great. So we've used them all up for the rest of the campaign. Okay, that's cool.
This is more long rest than I think I
This
have
is the-
ever seen in a game.
Yeah, this is the only campaign I've ever done that covers so much physical ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a
Well,
lot.
what level did we finish Witchlight at? 7?
Yeah, roughly.
There was.
I
Didn't we
think
only
so,
have like
yeah.
seven long rests
We
in
had
Witchlight
like
as
a
well?
day. Like I felt like we definitely did all of Hither in like 2
An
days
afternoon.
max.
Yeah, like we were like
Disney World on the
cheap
Yeah, right.
Right.
pre-sold pass that we got at the 7-Eleven, you know?
The whole thing
Well,
took
we
like a
still-
week, right?
Yeah, it was
but
pretty
like
quick.
it was Hither time with like timey-wimey Feywild shenanigans.
Yeah.
So time doesn't count there.
Okay, so here you are,
Having
friends.
a good time.
Boop.
Not sure what it is time. Did
Uh-oh.
Here you are, down the bottom.
Oh, there we are, down in the bottom.
What,
It
what
may
kind
take
of,
a while for it
what
to
kind of
load
view
for
do
me,
you
but,
guys have? There you
I
go.
see here.
Oh,
Guacamole.
crap balls. This is a big one.
That, yeah.
That's a big
So-
Wow. Okay.
Is
You-
this a... Wow, fudge.
So you travel along the coast through the jungle to a point where the mountains come right down and actually become the coastline.
Such a pretty map.
So it just becomes this jagged cliffs, and
Gotcha.
with little bays and things hidden amongst them. And you come to a point where the mountain juts, where the jungle ends and the mountains jut into the water, and this narrow strip of land between the cliff and the water is closed off by a 15-foot-high wall made of thick palm logs lashed together with stout vines. Their bottoms are set into the ground, and the whole wall is braced. And it has some very large gouges and things in it, so you'd say it's designed to keep out undead and dinosaurs. The gates are roughly made, but reinforced with iron bands, and don't show a lot of use.
Did I miss something?
What?
The dotted bits.
That's it's set in a cave, so that's where the top is.
Okay.
Right, so
Oh,
from
so
that
it's
dotted
like
line, it
the-
goes under the overhang.
Okay, so that's under the overhang,
Oh.
and does the like, is it a wall or more like a rampart?
Just a straight wall.
Okay, so there's no going over.
I mean, you could try, but you think it would be very visible. There's, and it would be difficult to climb as well.
Okay, so there is a space.
Yeah, it's
Above.
not. Yeah, it's not solid.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 15 feet high. Let me see if it says how tall the actual cavern is.
Music though. Tasty.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't actually give like heights for the actual cavern itself, but yeah, it's like ships come and go from here, so it's decent.
There's a ship over there. I see it.
Yes,
Is that the ship we need to steal?
it's a possibility. So there is, you can see in the mist, there is a ship off the edge. of the water. And
Wonku is far too curious. I need to see what's going on over there to make a
There he
better
goes.
plan.
Do I hear like movement or people?
give me a perception check.
So Waku is just gonna like keep to these trees here
Okay.
and like
Think
just
not
look
the most.
to see what's over
Uh,
here.
No.
Oh, that's what I wanted to see.
It
What have you spied, young
is
Waku?
A dock, a place not protected by, you know.
Indeed.
a 15.
15? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll say, because they're pretty content in their safety here. There aren't people here, in this area normally. As I said, the walls and gates are to protect them from the undead and dinosaurs. So they are being active inside. You can hear sounds of people moving and like clumps of boxes being moved or whatever, and shouts, like dog hands
Like
shouting to each other. Some drunken singing from somewhere inside.
I can't get a twig on just how many, roughly. Can I?
No, it would be like over a 20 or something for that.
Okay. Okay. I guess I've seen Waku disappear.
Waku kind of heads over to the west there and kind of eagerly gestures for you from that cover there.
What are you doing?
So, question to Waymack. He's been pursuing Oriana, and I forget, is Oriana like? Did we decide that Waymack has a relationship with her, like Indiana and Belloc? They kind of know each other,
I
or
think
no?
you've tussled before, yes.
Okay, okay.
Over artifacts.
I forget what her ship was, if I ever kind of had it written down, but Waymack will kind of squint into the mist and see if either of the ships look familiar or her ship, because there's a chance that if she's not there, then we might be able to bluff our way in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give you the name of the three captains again.
Oriana, Lascalar, and Zarum Al-Sariak.
Okay. So yeah, you know that Ariana?
Yeah, Oriana.
Oriana, sorry. Oriana is a captain of a ship known as the Dragon Fang.
Okay.
Then Zarum Al-Sariak is the captain of a ship known as the Emerald Eye.
Okay.
And finally, Lascalar is captain of... where is it? A ship known as the Sturge.
Okay. Lascalar was the Sturge.
Yeah, those nasty abyssal...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know the
Mosquitoes.
Yeah. Skeeters.
Now, give me a history check. Let's see how much you know about these ships. How much have you been able to cover? You have a crystal, if you want to use it.
I do. I also, well, no, it has nothing to do with architecture. So okay.
No.
I'm gonna trust in my 6. But then again, this could be. I will offer up the crystal just in case, because I want to know what I know, because this is plotline stuff. This is my
extra.
How about a nat 20?
Nice.
Ooh.
For a total of a 26.
This is why.
Okay.
This is why we use the crystal.
The academic is very, very diligent in their research before setting out on such a quest. And you know a fair bit, okay? So notes at the ready, because I will not... this will be carrying over to next week. Okay, so... you know that Orlana used to be first mate of the Dragon Fang. until she staged a mutiny and hurled the former captain overboard.
Okay.
Now, the bonus that this might give you is that the other captains are still adjusting to this new force of nature that has taken over, and there could be some friction there.
Okay, perfect.
Let's have a look here. The Dragonfang also has some sort of magic user that they refer to as a sea witch, who is known as the Eye of the Deep.
That sounds very orky.
And that's all you know about Orlana, apart from that they stole the light of Ubasti. Zarum al-Sariak hails from Kalimshan, originally, and has a very strong fondness for gemstones, and is rumored to wear a very flamboyant coat decorated with said gems sewn into it.
Okay.
Waku's shiny sense goes off.
Right.
Hyperventilating.
He has a reputation for beheading those who displease him and dangling them from the mermaid figurehead of the Emerald Eye. And you'll be able to recognize him not only from the bejeweled coat, but also his eye patch, as he long ago lost one of his eyes, his left eye.
Okay.
Actually, with a natural 20, and you can decide whether to tell Waku this or not, it is rumored that his eye was replaced with a magical gem, which, quote-unquote, allows Al-Sariak to discern ghostly pathways leading to treasure.
That's a danger right there.
Yeah, Waymac's gonna put that into his coin pouch, and when he needs to go get Waku all feral, it'll be like, hey, Waku, did you know?
I shall also give you a glimpse of this benevolent DM over here. It goes on to say, the gem works for no one else, but fuck that.
Yeah, no.
And that's
if you're going to go through the bloody pulling out of a gem eyeball, it better work for everyone.
Right. And the majority of the crew of the Emerald Eye are also Kalashite.
Okay.
Then, last but not least, the Sturge is captained by Laskilar, a Titherian human.
Titherian, okay.
Zarum is also human.
All right.
You know that Orlanga is Cobalt, of course. Which I think is very apt that she's on the Dragonfang.
We're gonna get there, and she's gonna end up being Waku's ex-wife or something. I just know it.
I mean, seeing as Waku came from Icewind Dale, that would be impressive.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not the naming structure of my.
She came a long way.
It is her pirate name, assumed pirate name.
Yeah, we
She's Labu. It's her Cobalt name, given Cobalt name.
Dabu.
Yes, and you know that Laskilar is a flamboyant pirate who is rumored to becoming tired of chasing merchant ships. And is rather more keen on finding lost treasures and magical artifacts and things in the jungle instead. And of ransacking tombs, which means he's probably in league with Oriolano to that extent. So you actually, I'd say, with that natural 20 and this knowledge that you think Zarum is probably the weakest link.
Okay.
Because that tendency of Lascalar to want to be raiding tombs and stealing things, or perhaps you have to gauge how things were, but perhaps Orlunga has raided this tomb that Lascalar had their eyes on. You just know that they have similar goals. It would seem they've both raided tombs, but whether that's a joint venture or they are rivals of each other, you're not sure.
We'll have to find out,
right?
Yeah,
and you know that his ship, the Sturge, is just crewed by a bunch of just like nasty like scoundrels and cutthroats, if I might quote here.
Okay.
And it's rumored that he fences these relics and magic items to the wealthier patrons in Port Nyanzaru and beyond.
Okay, so Lascalar, by his very dint of what he does, is somewhere on my list anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just like, but he's not as high as the kobold that stole the light of Ubasti.
Yeah, because that's that personal Basteti.
Well, took it right out of one of our temples,
exactly,
which is a personal affront. So yeah.
Well, let's say that's what led you to researching into the others. So like Orlunga was the not Orlunga, that's the city. Orleana.
It's like went to the library and like, what do you know about pirates? And like 3 days later knows way too much.
That's what that 20 will do. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
You know that there is a rumor that Lascalar often escapes into storms, or the anger of the ocean can thwart those that chase after him, because there is a priest of Umberly in his crew.
Oh shit! Okay. Isn't Umberly also known as the bitch? No, she's not the bitch queen, but she's the
sea bitch.
Sea bitch. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. The sea bitch.
Actually, no. So that was the name of a ship that was dedicated to her. Yes, it is the bitch queen. Yeah.
The bitch queen, yeah, because she's basically the only reason people pray to her. How about I make a religion check before I just meta this out?
No, as a paladin, you're okay.
Okay, Umberly. Those who worship her only worship Umberly because basically they want to stay on her good side because she's that vicious.
There'll be a shrine in Nyanzaru. Every port has one.
Just because
the Jacinta's Tyranny team are having big problems with Umberly at the moment, and Patch in Baldur's Gate 3, when he got to Baldur's Gate and found the Umberly temple, just went and just attacked the temple.
I did rage study pirates. Yeah, Waymack definitely did.
That's brutal. I know what's going on with that temple. So I'm not gonna say it.
But yes.
So alrighty. No, that's some good info. So the only other thing Waymack would do, as all the signs and algorithms and logometric formula appear in space in front of him, and he kind of beautiful minds off and recalls all of this stuff that he read, and we have the flashback to him with a montage and some appropriate music as he's leafing through books, and shows him drinking coffee late at night, throwing water in his furry face to keep reading. We'll scan out into the mist to see if any of those ships, or the two ships that he can see, are the one of the three. I wrote them down. Hold on. The Dragon Fang, the Sturge, yeah, and then the Emerald
Eye.
Emerald Eye, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, what would you like me to roll?
A perception check, please. All of you will be able to do that from your vantage point. Yeah.
Okay.
Ganbarimasu.
Very low.
Ganbatta.
Wait, I have whoops all wisdom. It's higher than that.
Oh yeah, perception is not Q's strong suit. A 9.
I got.
Mine
a
would be an
14.
8.
Yeah. So Right. So clearly,
no.
Waymack went all ADHD and hyper fixated on what was going on in his head as he stares blankly at the wooden walls under the cave. Like,
Ember, please help them.
15.
Okay.
It was a 10, and then I had a 5 in perception.
You're at 20 already? Or with the
No.
proficiency? Yeah.
10 plus 5.
Yeah.
So
No,
15
so-
total.
Okay. So yeah, Ember manages to spot the name, catches this as it's anchored. It's clearly anchored here. It's not passing through, and it is the Emerald Eye.
okay.
This one.
Okay, then we are we're lucky because that's Alsariax. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's the gem guy that we can hopefully turn. We can hopefully turn.
Persuade.
Yeah.
Swish. Okay.
So, as we finish up there, I will let the players huddle in the trees there and discuss their plan of action in their chat during this week, and we shall return next time for the raid on Jahaka Anchorage. Sneak peek for those at home. Eyes off the stream, please.
Oh no.
Not looking at the stream. Just want to remind you, John. You remember that we did pick up that satchel of claymores and hand grenades, right? Before we let. No.
Let's see. Yeah, no, I did not.
No.
Okay.
Right, so thank you, my friends. Who else is here at the Anchorage? We shall find out next time as they attempt to bargain, stealth, assassinate, for all-out frontal assault.
Shake hands.
The pirates' Anchorage here, and we shall see what lies
We
in
send the
store.
kobold at him. Get him, Waku!
Okay.
Get him,
so,
Waku. They've got shinies and the ability to find more shinies.
So yes, a massive thank you to everyone. Yeah, Waymack Rambo. Yeah, it's like streaks across his fur. So everyone, a last chance for you to jump into the giveaway before we say our farewells today. Where is the thing? Oh. The Fantastic Encounters in the Forgotten Realms is up for grabs. You can get the PDF, or just for the simple cost of print and packaging postage, you can get the physical copy if you so wish. A fantastic collection of encounters, beautiful maps, and interesting design as always from CZRPG. All of their encounters for the various Forgotten Realms settings and campaigns, which of course can be dropped into any game that you're running, not official published stuff at all. It has a foreword written by Ed Greenwood himself, the creator of the Forgotten Realms. So please jump in to that ! Enter in the chat, and we will draw the winner in just a moment. Now, let us say goodbye to these fine folks as they plot and scheme what they are going to do to these unwitting pirates. Embra, where might people find you in the material plane?
Hi everyone, I'm Scarlet Song, she, her. I'm currently in the midst of internet issues, so I will not be streaming this week because you usually can find me here on Twitch. But you will probably, hopefully, praying, be able to find me on Friday on the College of Inspiration for Arc Point. We started our new arc that has a grand total of over 36 new animated sprites that I was in charge of.
Wow.
So if you'd like to support the channel and support all of that, that would be super amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. And Waku?
Hello, I am GM Josh. I'm a simulacrum created for the sole purpose of playing D&D. Recently, I have been let out of my box to make maps, which you can sometimes see me post on the art section of our Discord,
Yeah,
which
please.
is a nice Discord, and you can look at it.
Thank you.
Anyway, you can find me next week when I am once again released from my suffering of being hidden in a corner when we are not playing D&D. So, please continue to come back so that my existence can continue.
Thank you kindly. And Hugh, you good stuff.
Hello, everyone. My name is Colby. I have been Hugh, the Echo Knight fighter. In the material plane, I am one part of the Vex vending group here in Central Florida. We are a creative vending group that uses vending machines to help small creators, makers, artists, etc. Get some unchaperoned access to the large amounts of tourists without having to be present at a booth or a table, etc. So we are on Instagram. If you are ever in the area, do give us a shout out. Do check us out. And thank you, John, for the lovely session.
Pleasure as always. Thank you. And last but not least, by any measure you care to employ, Wayback.
Hi, everybody. I am DM Charlie. I'm so thrilled because this is the day that I get to follow after Scarlet, because I've always been envious of you, Scarlet. I am a professional DM, content creator, and streamer. I'm a triple threat. So, yeah, I am the face of DM Charlie Gaming, a cadre, a community of adult role players built around a cadre of pro DMs. We've got a Discord. Come on in, join us. We don't care if you pay to play a game. Just hang out with some really, really cool people. I am also a content creator. I have worked with Frictionless Dan Khan, multi-mithril bestseller on DM's Guild of numerous expansions for a lot of 5e content. Most recently, we are putting the finishing touches on, as I said at the start of the stream, Gorman's Guide to Gastromancy, a new book that's all about food, spells, encounters, creatures, magic items, and 3 wholly new adventures. I've playtested 2. They are a hoot. And last but not least, a return to stream as I, DM Charlie, and my group, DM Charlie Gaming, with Frictionless Dan, are presenting Wild Beyond the Witchlight. First session this Thursday, the 28th at 6 p.m. Pacific time here in the US, 9 p.m. Eastern. Our sessions will be about 2.5 hours. We will have giveaways from Frictionless Dan, Phoenix Dice, War Eor's amazing Taroka decks. It should be freaking cool. We have a surprise. We lucked out. Somebody joined the production team, and it's awesome. I will post a link to the Twitch in there. I also very recently started streaming live plays of Baldur's Gate 3. It's a blast. Come and hang out. We can do some body doubling and just have a good time. And as we like to say in DM Charlie Gaming Land, discover your legend, love your game. Thank you, John, for a great night. Appreciate it, man.
Pleasure as always. Yes, links are in the chat for all of these fine people. And we are QuestJunkiesUK. We play lots of D&D and other TTRPGs, and we will be back later this week with Out of the Abyss and Candlekeep Mysteries before returning to the jungles next time. A huge thank you to everyone joining us today. Thank you for those subs and the gifted subs and the follows and the raids. Absolutely wonderful, as always. We are going to head us on a raid ourselves in just a moment, but before we do, let us see who our lucky winner is of that fabulous CZRPG book. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Okay, today's copy of Encounters in the Forgotten Realms goes to the OG Lava Kitten. Congratulations. We shall get in touch and get you in touch with CZRPG. You can choose what you fancy there. Okay, thank you everyone. Absolute pleasure as always. Looking forward to seeing you again next time we can. Until we do, please do come and hang out in the Discord or check out some of those tasty VODs that we have up on our YouTube, Discord, and VODs. And we look forward to seeing you all again. We are very happy to be brought. Well, there's lovely people cycling by over Scarlet's head over there. The fabulous DM Charlie Gaming, who's also said everything that needs to be said about that. Thank you very much.
Because he won't shut up.
Not at all. And of course, the incredible CZRPG and all of their awesome stuff that they have in their weekly newsletter and Patreon. Check out all of their stuff there. And of course, as mentioned, the awesome Click Clack Math Rocks of the beautiful Phoenix Dice. If you would like to delve into their catalogue or the Phoenix Dice sets, you can get yourself a nice discount with the coupons that we are blessed to share with you. There they are in the chat there. Get yourself 15% off Phoenix Dice, or 10% off anything in CCRPG's catalogue on Drive-Thru-RPG, and enjoy all of the awesome adventures and the dice to make them so. And, of course, if you want to add some ambiance and atmosphere and nice music to your games like we've been enjoying today, all of the fantastic options are there at Sirenscape, at your fingertips, able to be beamed around the world wherever your players might be, and you can try them out for free. And if you want to become a Super Siren subscriber and have access to all their hundreds and hundreds of sound effects and different originally composed musics and the ability to make your own sound sets and design for your games, then please consider using the affiliate link that we have there to support the channel while you do. And last but not least, the fabulous Emma City Art is the one who is responsible for these beautiful portraits cycling by next to Waymack there. Do jump in and give them a follow on Twitter, as we shall continue to call it. And if you are able to catch them with their commissions open, please do consider getting yourself some awesome art for your games or of your OCs as well. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. We are going to head off and raid into... Let's see here. Let's see. Yes, our buddy Darling Creepshow is playing some Cyberpunk. So let's go and see what they're up to.
Good
And
stuff.
everyone say a big hello to Creep from us, and give them a follow. Sorry,
Hey,
Lee,
Lee.
I'm just wrapping up. We'll catch you soon now. A huge thank you to everyone, and we look forward to catching you all next time. We're back here in the jungles. But till we do, check out the fabulous Kickstarter spiel from Troll-Lord Games, and then we'll jump over to that raid. So, stick around for the raid if you've got them. Let those phoenixes fly, and until next time, as we like to say around these parts, Oyasumi Nasai. Oyasumi.
Oyasumi.
Yasumi.
Thank you.
Oyasumi!
Crossing the void, beyond the wall of worlds, and along the arc of time, dwell those not of our place or age. It is too easy to say that there is dark and there is light. It is too easy to say that there are two sides to every coin. The reality is far worse, for law flirts with tyranny. Chaos invites freedom. Evil consumes all it knows. Good accepts suffering. And those in the middle, they are worse, for they know nothing but self. The Codex Infernum and the Codex Exaltum, two source books that bring in-depth knowledge about beings of all dispositions, from the farthest reaches of the heavens to the darkest depths of wretchedness. Both of these titles come with new, full-color art, new creatures, new powers like possession, and a multitude of information providing lore, backgrounds, names, mechanics, stats, and much more. These incredible tomes are filled with demons and angels, devils and celestials, unleashing the powers of good and evil, law and chaos on your table. The Codices Infernum and Exaltum, bringing creatures hallowed and profane into your adventures. Pledge and share today. Troll Lord Games. Join the fray.